Hi, Facebook. So it's been a little while again since I've been doing Facebook Lives. I've actually been working on this parenting program, which I've been posting some stuff here and there. I did a survey last month. I did a survey, I guess, a week ago now, working on this program. What am I going to call it? Really getting clear on what it is that I'm doing, because I felt called, I guess last month, it became really clear to me that there was no more important way for me to be showing up with my work and doing my work than through parenting. Because as I'm doing all of this self-growth work for myself, this work where I'm kind of getting clear on who I am, what I'm meant to be doing, what my love is, what my talents are, how to show up and be of service, I just realized that parenting is this area of my own life where applying to everything I've learned is kind of the most importance, greatest importance. And then I realized that sharing everything that I've learned with other parents is kind of the most important application of my work that I could be showing up and doing. And that hit a lot of fears for me, because I have friends that are parenting coaches, I have friends that are therapists, I have lots of brilliant people in my life that do work like this in different ways. And there was part of me that was like, oh, I don't want to go in someone else's lane. Who am I to be doing this? All the things we do to ourselves to kind of torpedo our own power and our own light in ways that we could be of service. So the last 2 months has been kind of this murky kind of feeling around process. And I was doing this program through Marissa Murgatroyd, and she keeps saying, iterating your way to awesome. And that very much has been what the last couple months have been. That I wanted to share, because this morning I got really clear. I was meditating and I realized yesterday, actually, as I was doing a bunch of these marketing material assignments that I have to launch this program, that I hadn't used the name of my parenting program once. And I had decided to call it Gold Method Parenting, because gold I used as an acronym, and they're basically like the things that I know about light and love apply to everything. It applies to our parenting, it applies to our relationships, it applies to our work, our business, the things that I figured out through all the stuff that I figured out. It really applies to every aspect of our life. And so I was like, am I really just going to do parenting stuff? And who knows? I don't think I'm going to just do parenting stuff. But I realized that, this kind of gold method, which I use, G stands for kind of get centered, O stands for observe without judgment, this whole non-judgmental thing that we all need to work on, because judging torpedoes everything that we can do in this world. L is love, because love is really everything that we can kind of show up and be. But in parenting, I say love wherever they are, because lots of times what happens is we get judgmental with our kids and then we don't love them. Maybe they did something behaviorally that we don't love, and we kind of get confused about not loving their behavior versus not loving their essence. And what we actually do is we kind of withhold love as this disciplining thing. And that's really, really disempowering for our kids, and it can really mess them up. And then D in the gold method is discipline to empower. It's like, okay, how do we show up to discipline them? So anyway, I came up with the name Gold Method Parenting, but I realized in all my marketing that I hadn't used it once. I wouldn't even say it. So I realized yesterday that was not the right name for a parenting program. And I didn't know what the right name was, but I just kind of was like, all right, well, that's kind of an issue, because I'm supposed to be launching this thing next week and I don't have a name. And then this morning I was meditating. As we know, I love meditation because it really does make magic happen. So I was meditating, and it was just poof, it came to me that the name that I'm absolutely meant to use for this parenting program is Peace, Power, Parenting. And I know that's so hippie-ish, and anyone who really knows me knows that that is me. I pretty much have always been kind of a hippie. I love peace, I love love, and I love happiness, and I love power. And the thing about power is that it's a word that kind of has negative connotations for a lot of people, but there's this great book by David Hawkins called Power versus Force. And in that book, he explains how power is actually this force that we have for good, whereas force is when you're manipulating and you're causing things to happen. So you're not able to actually tap into your highest power. When you're forcing, it's not mutually beneficial. And so power is this really kind of noble power that we have, the highest good, greatest good. So power is positive. There's never anything negative associated with power. Force is when there's a negative piece, right? So anyway, I realized today that I'm going to definitely call this program Peace, Power, Parenting. And I'm super excited because it really is what I am all about, and everything that I've learned about how to really show up for our kids. And it takes being in a place of peace as much as possible, getting centered, being clear, being calm. If we are not centered when we're trying to parent, it's going to mess things up. And it's not going to mess things up permanently. Like, everything is all good. Like, right? When we mess stuff up, it gives us an opportunity to show our kids that we're not perfect. It gives us an opportunity to teach them that, okay, I'm not perfect either. And when I mess up, this is how I handle it. This is how I repair. And this is how we end up closer and have more trust than before I made the mistake, because we're never going to be perfect, right? So every time we mess up as parents, when we act out of not being centered, we give our kids the opportunity to learn that when they do that, because they're going to have those moments when they behave out of, anger or fear or whatever, they're not centered. How do they handle that? How do they get back up and repair and all the good things that come with that? So anyway, I'm rambling because I was just super excited, and I just did one of my conversations with Melanie Curtis. And so I just figured I would jump on and do this message to share kind of what I'm up to and that I'm really doing it, because up until now I've been kind of like, am I doing this? I'm talking to some people about it, but I'm like kind of shy about it because I knew there were things about my marketing and the name that weren't really in alignment with my truth. And now I got it. So I'm super psyched, and I'm going to share more information. In the meantime, you can find more information, although I haven't updated all my marketing pages because I just had this epiphany this morning. But you can go to goldevolution.com parenting program, and you can find more information about the program in general. And yeah, it's all super exciting. So thank you so much. Lots of love and light. And I hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.